This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 440 North Canon Drive, Beverly Hills, California, 90210. And we are performing a video sewer line inspection through a 2.5-inch cast iron cleanout located just outside of Etowal's Chocolate, next to the gas meters on the right-hand side of the parking lot. And this is our gas meters here. And this is Etowal's Chocolate, and just over there by the orange cone is the 440 North Canon Drive address there, and that's the jewelry store. And they do have a 4-inch cast iron cleanout located in that area. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and zero out our camera monitor here, and we're just going to drop down and take a good look. So again, we have a little bit of water running, and so what we're going to do is we're just going to push out, and the line did appear to be hydrojetted. They did have the line hydrojetted and possibly cleared. So again, we're just going to continue to push out. And what we'll do is we'll push out. It does appear that we are holding water in this area, because we do have quite a bit of water holding back in this area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And we're going to pause here. It does appear that we still do have quite a bit of debris and buildup in this area, so we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, as we push out, you can see that we are still holding water in this area. We do have quite a bit of debris and buildup in this area. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. So just pause here. Okay, I went ahead and located this area, and it is just in front of 440 North Canon Drive at the rear door, and it is on the asphalt, and we did mark it at 3 foot 6 inches deep with a red crayon. And again, we are holding water in this area, so as you can see here, you can still see the movement of the water, so you can see that we're completely still in water. So what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to pull back, and again, you can see the line is completely full of water. You can see that we're still completely underwater here in this area. And they did mention that the line had been hydrojetted and possibly hydrojetted all the way out to the city sewer tie-in. But again, we're just going to pause here for a moment. Okay, again, as I mentioned, we are still appearing to hold water in this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull back, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull back, and we're going to relocate ourselves to that 4-inch cast iron clean out there. And as you can see, we just continue to pull back, and as we continue to pull back, it does appear that we do still holding water, as you can see. And again, we're pulling back towards the chocolate store. And again, we just continue to pull back. And we finally come up and out of water, and you can see we're still holding plenty of water in this area. Water doesn't seem to be moving. And we did have the water running, and we shut the water down about 15 minutes ago, and the water is still holding water in this area. So again, we're just going to pull back and pull up and out of this 2.5 inch cast iron clean out. And what we're going to do is we're going to switch cameras and relocate ourselves to the 4 inch cast iron clean out. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to a 4 inch cast iron clean out. Okay, again, we went ahead and relocated ourselves to a 4 inch cast iron clean out located in front of 440 Canon Drive. And this is just outside of the jewelry store. And this is 440 North Canon Drive. And this is the 4 inch cast iron clean out. And again, this is our parking lot here. And we just ran from a 2.5 inch clean out over there just next to the gas meters. And again, the line is completely still backed up. As you can see, as I drop down in, we did run a little bit of water from the chocolate store, but you can see that the line is completely backed up. We have water filled up all the way to this area. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drop down and just see if we can push through and see what's causing the backup. And so we're just going to push out as far as we can. And again, as you can see, that we're still completely engulfed here, and we got past the area there. But again, we're just going to continue to push out. And again, it does still seem that we are completely covered in water here. We're still underwater. Again, we're just going to continue to push out. And it does appear that we're dropping down into our city sewer tie-in here in this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. I was able to push through and get whatever was holding up the stoppage there. I was able to get it pushed through and pushed out. As you can see, all the water running by. So we're just going to pause here for a moment and let this water continue to run down. So we're going to pause here. Okay, we went ahead and got the water to run down. A rag right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull back, take a good look at the line, and see if we can determine what's creating these blockages. So again, it does appear that we dropped down into our city sewer tie-in here, And we did identify the area out in the middle of the street, and it is parallel with our manhole cover in the alleyway. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. You can see we still do have some debris, some water running down. So again, what we'll do is we're just going to pause here for a moment and just make sure we get all the water as much as we can run down so we can take a really good look at our sewer. So we're going to pause here again. Okay, again, we let the water run down as much as we can. And again, it does appear that we are holding water in this area as well. You can see we've still got water holding in this area. Again, very difficult to tell. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. Continue to pull back, and as we pull back, you can see that we're still completely underwater. And now we start coming out. Now we're starting to see a little bit of the what does appear to be possibly vitreous clay. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and waited for some of the water to run down. And again, we're just going to pull back slowly just to see if we can see a lot of buildup, a lot of scaling in this. Again, it does appear to be possibly cast iron. It did appear to look like vitreous clay there, short section. Appear to be fairly clean, but again, very hard to determine. But this area here does appear to be a lot of buildup, a lot of scaling, a lot of debris on the walls. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back. And as you can see, as I pull back, we are still holding water in this area. And just continue to pull back. And again, everything's kind of black. It's just completely a lot of buildup, a lot of scaling and buildup. There's a lot of slime and buildup all around the sewer line. Can't even determine the joints or the overall condition of the sewer just due to the fact that the line is completely and it appeared to be possibly a rag or some sort of paper or a rag or something in the line there, and that could possibly be causing stoppages as well. You can see it's a fairly large rag, and I'm trying to attempt to push out. Okay, again, so as I pull back, again, it does appear to have some sort of a rag or something that's stuck in the line. I did attempt to try to push this out, but again, it possibly need to be hydrojetted. This line would need to be hydrojetted and re-inspected just to determine the overall condition. Unfortunately, we're unable to see quite a bit of it because we are holding water. As you can see, I pull back, we're still holding water in this line. Are you going to be up there long?
No, why?
That one's you, right?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Probably the last probably 20 minutes, 10,
Okay.
15 minutes.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, as we pull back up and out of that belly. And again, you can just see the amount of buildup and slime that's in the line. So this line would need to be hydrojetted and re-inspected. Possibly a good recommendation would be to have the line hydrojetted and maintained. Possibly have it hydrojetted maybe once or twice a year on a schedule, just to keep the buildup and the slime down, due to that they do have a full kitchen at the end there. And that will conclude our video sewer inspection.